Hello, world. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, hi. How are you? How is your heart? I pray all is well. I really, really do. I really pray all is well. I am B at Real Talks with B, and you already know your girl like to come on here and give y'all motivation, inspiration, positivity, upliftment, kinder self-talk, being nice to yourself, treating yourself good, all of the good things. And we're about to go ahead and dive into today's video. Today, we're going to talk about purpose. Purpose. Yeah, purpose. We're going to talk about purpose today because I know a lot of people struggle with this topic. Shout out to Tia. Tia actually gave me the recommendation to speak on this topic today. So shout out to Tia. If there is anybody that want me to touch on the topic, please put it in the comments below. Let me know. And I'll try my best to bring a video or bring some advice about it if I feel like I can help you in that area. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, also, before we get started, I do have some exciting news to share at the end. So yeah, make sure y'all stick around. Okay, stick around. All right. So purpose. I remember back in 2016, I was sitting on the couch and I was holding in my little newborn, sweet, sweet, sweet little newborn baby. And I remember praying. I remember being sad and happy and all of these emotions going on. If you're a mom, you already know, having a new baby fresh out the hospital, all those things. But I was sitting on the couch and I was like, what is my purpose? 6 weeks isn't long enough. I need something else to do to make some money. I don't want to leave this precious little, sweet little bundle of joy. What else could I be doing, God? What else? It was like something inside of me. I just wanted more. I wanted to be more. I wanted to do more for him. I just was saying, what is my purpose? Right? And so literally not too long after that, I discovered hand lettering and calligraphy on Instagram. And I started doing it. It was like it came so natural, but I also was just starting to practice. And so in the midst of me practicing, I ended up creating an Instagram just to kind of keep up with my, I guess you could say like my progress or whatever, right? So I created Instagram and people started following me. People from home, people that I knew started following me. And they was like, hey, can you make me some ornaments? Can you make my baby some ornaments? Can you make this sign? Can you do this baby shower sign, this wedding sign, this house sign, these envelopes, this, that, da, 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 da. I'm talking about people was requesting things like crazy. And before you know it, this business ended up just blossoming out of thin air. But I'm not going to say it's thin air. I'm really going to say it's God, because I prayed and I was asking, I was seeking, I was looking, and boom, there it came. There it came. All of a sudden, I'm getting orders. I'm busy, right? I'm busy. I'm saying busy, making money, doing all the things in between, like breastfeeding my baby, putting him to sleep. I was working, like literally just doing constant work. People constantly requesting. I'm constantly posting every gift I made or wrote on, and everything I did, I posted it, which brought in more customers, more people, more clients, and that's how that happened, right? And so that was one thing that I felt like was my purpose in that moment, right? But not only that, I also was trying to figure out, well, what should I be doing in my career? And this is not even 2016. This was literally a couple years ago. This was a couple years ago, right? Because I've been working in my career, in my field, but I've done so many different jobs in the field that I work in. And so at that time, I was pivoting to a position where I was not working with customers or working like in a customer facing role. And so with me sitting alone with myself a lot, I ended up realizing what type of work I'm supposed to be doing. And that is literally helping people. That is helping people. That is what I'm good at, right? That is one thing that I'm good at. That's how I even discovered to create this channel, right? It's because I was becoming more conscious and more aware. And I'm telling y'all this because it's a lot of people that are struggling finding their purpose. It's a lot of people that don't know what they want to do, don't know what they're here for. But a lot of times we are searching for our purpose. What's our purpose? You hear people say, "What's your purpose? What's your purpose?" But to be honest, I feel like from my experience, I believe your purpose is literally you tapping in and realizing your strengths, realizing what you're good at, or listening to what people tell you you're good at, and then tapping deeper into that. So realizing what you're good at, realizing, you know what I'm saying, it could be, customer service, it could be a business, it could be, you working behind the scenes, building things, making things, whatever. But you have lived a life long enough. Some of y'all have lived long enough to have enough history and enough background, enough data to come to the conclusion of what your purpose might be or what your thing might be in this moment. That's another thing too. What might be your thing or your purpose might change. What you might be doing in this season, you might not be doing in the next season. What you might be doing or good at right now, you might be pivoting to something else, but that comes with you paying attention. That comes with you being aware. That comes with you sitting with yourself and realizing and just paying attention and locking in on your life and what you're doing instead of focusing so much on what other people got going on. So if you're struggling with finding your purpose, with what it is you're supposed to be doing. And sometimes, I promise, sometimes I get like that. I don't get like that as much now as I used to. But when I get like that, and that small voice, that negative voice start kicking in and saying you're not doing enough, or you're not far enough ahead, or you're not this, or you're not that, I have to remind myself, yes, I am. Because I remember there was a time where I prayed and I asked and God showed me something in that moment, in that season of my life. That's what I was meant to be doing. But in this season of my life where I'm at now, I know I'm flowing now. I'm flowing. I'm flowing. And you got to understand, like I mentioned before, it's all about the progress, the journey. Right? You have to enjoy the journey. Know that you gonna have to take the stairs to success. You have to take the stairs. You're not gonna just be able to hop in the elevator and get there ASAP, get there tomorrow. You have to enjoy the journey. So I always have to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have to sit back and remind myself of the journey. And that's something y'all may have to do. You might not be exactly where you want to be right now, but I guarantee you, if you pay attention and you look back and you look over the journey, you are making some type of progress, hopefully. You know? So just don't be so hard on yourself and reflect over your life. Pay attention. Know who you are by remembering who you are, what you're good at, what are your strengths, even if you need to write it down or ask somebody. Some of y'all might just have to ask somebody, well, hey, what do you feel like I'm just good at? Because some of y'all just might be confused and don't know. You might have to ask, hey, what is it that I'm good at? What do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can reach out to somebody that's close to you, because sometimes we can't see it. Some of y'all can't see y'all own light, y'all own magic. It's unfortunate, but it's okay, because sometimes you just can't. Depending on what you're going through, it just might, the cloud, the weight over you, it might be too much right now. You probably just can't. You can't see it right now. And it's all right. Sometimes you might have to seek outside of you. I don't always recommend that, but I'm not against that either. Sometimes you have to go and seek and ask questions until you get to a point where you can just point it out, where you just know when it's a knowing. When it's a knowing. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie to you, you might just have to create the purpose. Sometimes you might just have to create the purpose. I ain't know I was really good at calligraphy, but then I started doing it and boom, here we are. I ain't never been a YouTuber before where I have created channels, but I stopped. But boom, here we are on the road to 1K, almost at 1,000. We not there yet. We got a little ways to go, but we gonna get there, right? So sometimes you might not have to do all this stuff that I just said. Sometimes you might just have to wake up and say, you know what? I'm about to go to barber school and cut hair. You know what? I'm about to go to nursing school and be a nurse. Create it. Try something. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. And you already know I'm going to say this. Give yourself grace along the way. Give yourself grace along the way. One of the reasons why I didn't continue on with my calligraphy and hand lettering was because I wasn't giving myself grace. I was comparing myself. I was on Instagram, the same app that I discovered this gift on. It was the same app that I used to self-sabotage myself. I started comparing myself to all the other calligraphers. I started following all the other calligraphers and hand letterers, looking at all their stuff, comparing myself. Oh, well, I need to be, my sign's not looking like that. Mine don't look like this. Mine don't look like that. Saying all the things. I promise you, my self-talk back then was trash. So much so to the point where I quit doing it. I talked myself right out of the very thing that I prayed for. So a lot of y'all need to know that when you are trying to discover your purpose, or just when you are doing or even walking in your purpose, doing whatever it is that you're doing right now, you got to be kind to yourself. You got to be resilient. You got to push through the adversity, push through the hard times, push through the slow periods. You got to push through, my girl, and you got to make sure while you doing all of that, you your number one fan. Yeah. you gotta be really like that. I don't just be telling y'all that because it sound good. You gotta be like that. You gotta say, you know what? These folks, they need what I got for them. I don't care. They need it. It's somebody that need it. You gotta be like that. When that doubt start kicking in, you gotta kick it right back. When it jab, when it hit you with that right, you gotta hit it with that left. Boom, boom. I'm left-handed, y'all. So if y'all wanna do the opposite, do the opposite. Boom, boom. Yeah. You gotta be like that. Okay? I believe in you. I need you to believe in you too, my girl, okay? And I promise you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. It's a journey, baby. It's a journey. We all trying to figure it out. We trying to figure it out. We trying to figure it out. Some of us just might be a little bit more advanced, and some people are just a little bit more advanced because, they been doing it a little bit longer, or just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It is what it is. That's their journey. That's their life, not yours. Focus on your life. Focus on the person you see in the mirror. Not the people you follow on social media. Not the people you watch on YouTube, including myself. My life is not your life. Your life is not mine. I mentioned this the other day on TikTok. I give advice based off of my experiences, my life. And I never will tell you to get on here and do everything be safe for you to do. If you want to, hey, it is what it is. But what I'm saying is take bits and pieces and apply it where you need to apply it. Okay? All right, y'all. So I told y'all I had some news for y'all that I wanted to share. And I am about to share the news. So I'm expecting a baby girl on Halloween, y'all, October 31st. And the reason why I want to share this because, I feel like y'all been following me along this journey. For those of you that have been sticking around since I started, thank you. I appreciate you. And I just felt the need to share with my community. And so, yes, I'm expecting a little girl. I will have my baby registry in my beacons, my link in bio. If you want to send a gift, I'm not having a baby shower just because I don't want to travel back home. And so, yeah, I'm just sending out the link to the registry. So if y'all want me to get something, we would definitely appreciate it so much. And I felt the reason to say that because I'm working on other things as well. Like I know for me, like this is my only my second pregnancy, but birthing a baby for me is like I'm birthing something. It of course it's bringing life into the world, but it's like something else inside wakes up, and they just So I know because I got other things and, things that I'm cooking up, and I know it's because of this. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm enjoying the journey. It goes fast. We should be here before we know it. But yes, there will be a little girl October 31st. And so I wanted to share that. But listen, if you are watching on YouTube, I genuinely appreciate you. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you very much. Make sure y'all check the description box below where I will have additional resources for you. And you already know what I'm about to say. If you ain't looked in the mirror and told yourself nothing nice today, go look in the mirror and tell yourself something nice because you deserve it. I love you, but God love you more. I'll see y'all in the next one. Be sweet. Bye.